Welcome back, guys. It's Priets coming back to the brand new Binding of Isaac video. Today we are back with the Eaten streak going for win number 297 in a row. So without further ado, let's get right into the game, get some gaming going on, have a little bit of fun, and see where this run takes us as Eden on hard mode. And I got some stuff to fill you guys in on. I know it's been a while since I have made a video. Many of you guys know it's because I was on vacation. But first, let's look at the damage, the seed, all of that. We have below average tier rate. Average damage, the seed is V674 TPCY, and let's get into this run. Now, you guys might be like, why have you been gone for so long? Some people might not know. I was at Disney World. I went on a family vacation where we went down to Disney World for 11 days, and it was super fun. We had a really great time. It was a very nice vacation, and it was great. A lot of fun stuff happened, and I'll tell some stories about it on the next few runs. But I've been back for a while now. I've been back for almost, I don't know if it's been a week. What day did I get back? I got back on the 13th, so like 4 days ago. It's not like it's been that long. But basically, what had happened is when I got back, it was my birthday. My birthday was December 13th. Very good time. We actually were we took an overnight train to get back where we were able to like load our car onto and all that fun stuff. And so it was a 16-hour train ride. We left at 5 p.m. from Orlando, Florida, and got back at like 9 a.m. in Virginia. So it was fine. I barely could sleep on the train, but that's not the main story. So I got back, and one of my birthday gifts was a Go XLR. And so if you guys don't know what Go XLR is, it's a audio interface, but it's got a lot more customization than what I had before. I had a Focusrite 2i2 Solo or 2i2. I think it might have just been a Focusrite 2i2. But basically it allows you to plug an XLR microphone in and use an XLR microphone. That's what the Focusrite did. Now the Go XLR is kind of the same, to where it allows you to plug in a Go XLR microphone, but you have a lot more customization. You have a soundboard. You have a bunch of different stuff like that you can do with it, which is really cool. So you can like customize like the noise gate, the compression, the EQ, all of that for your microphone. If you don't know what any of that means, it's just customization that you can do to your microphone to make it sound better. So if you notice an audio difference, you might notice an audio difference from this video to some of the last videos. It's been a really big struggle to try to get everything, because I've been using the Focusrite for 2 years pretty much now. I think it was something like that, and I always had like the same settings. I didn't really change anything for the entirety of the time I had it. I had it set up. It was good. I didn't need to change anything, and so like my stream audio was fine. Everything was good. But now it's like, I don't know. I can't tell if I'm peaking in this. I don't know what's happening. I feel like my voice is really loud. It's this whole thing where everything was, whenever I was first trying to record, because I've been trying to record like and get my audio set up for like days now, and I couldn't put enough mental effort some days into it. So that's why I haven't been recording. It's like, it just annoyed me. So like it was either like my voice was too loud. Ooh, you know what? I like this. I need to not take damage real quick. But yeah, my voice was too loud. Basically, my entire like desktop audio is really quiet. Now, what was happening was, with the Go XLR, if you've never seen a picture of it, it's got 4 mixer sliders that allow you to change like your voice chat audio in Discord. One of them is to change my like system audio, so I can like turn off the game audio so you guys can hear that. I can mute myself. There's no way you guys can tell down and you guys can't hear me. But it can do a lot of really cool stuff. It can also do like voices,
which is pretty funny.
It's pretty cool, but the issue is my volumes were just so messed up, and I started from a point where I had all my volumes where like the volume slider was like at a random spot, and it was like the loudest I'd want it to be, which is not good. You want your mixers to where the top of the volume mixer is where your like the max volume is. So I had to like really like finally adjust it, and I was relying too much on my mixer like sliders for the volume. And so then I had to go back and like fix everything. I had to go watch a bunch of videos on exactly what I needed to do, and it was just generally a mess. I was like almost about to just switch back to my old audio interface and like honestly just give the Go XLR to my brother because he wants one, and I'm just like, I was thinking about it, but I also got it I kind of got it figured out enough And it's not terrible. It's just I liked how the Focusrite sound. It was super easy. I plugged it in. Everything sounded fine. And so with this one, I noticed that I do sound a little bit different, which is how it's going to be because it actually has an EQ that I've set up and all of that. The actual like audio feedback of the Go XLR sounds awful. It's actually really, really terrible. I don't know what it is, but it just sounds like, it sounds almost robotic. And with the Focusrite, it sounded exactly like how you hear it. Now, I don't know if it's because I sound robotic right now. I don't know what it is. Like the whole thing confuses me, but I'm getting it figured out. It's going to be better. I just needed to record today, so that's why I'm recording right now. It's because I need to record, get back into my schedule of getting videos out on the daily. And yeah, it's just been like a hassle. It's like just been all over the place. Whenever I was in Discord, I was way too quiet for my friends, but like if I made myself any louder, it was like, for me, for some reason, it was like way too loud on my end. But then I realized that there was like a whole like, you could like adjust like the headphone, like audio monitoring, which is a really obscure like tab you have to go to, and it was all kind of troublesome. Also, if you can't tell, I don't know why, I kind of got a little bit sick when I went to Disney World, and not like super sick or anything. Like I got like a sore throat for like 2 days. Then after I got a sore throat, I just had like a runny nose, and then like I've just had a cough. I've had a cough for a while now, and it's not super bad. My nose has just been runny, just like, I mean, kind of just like how things be sometimes. So I've been all over the place. I feel fine. That's the weird part about all of this, is I feel absolutely fine. But sometimes things are just whack. Yeah, other than that, like, it's just, I don't know, this whole audio Go XLR thing, I've been trying to figure it out. Like, if I'm too loud right now, I could just like turn down my mic audio like this, and I might be like a better volume. But I don't like messing with that too much. Now, I could just, I might just need to figure out a volume that's good for recording and just change it every time I record. But it's all kind of a hassle. Now, a hassle that I need to go through, but a hassle nonetheless. I don't know why I'm getting so coffee right now. It's mainly when I talk. Yeah, other than that, I've just been chilling, playing games with friends, having a good time. I've been wanting to record. I don't know if I can, I'm trying to use AWAS somewhere. I think this is where I want to use AWAS. Yeah, I don't know. It just, for some reason, the voice feedback just sounds so weird. And man, I have some weird decisions to make. I think I want Lost Contact. I definitely don't want Click or Clicker. I can only use it once, and if I get a bad transformation, that's really bad. You might be like, wait, why not use that sometime else? I don't know. I'm just gonna use it now and hope it goes well. My gosh, I'm actually just dying. I'm gonna go into the curse room real quick. But yeah, Disney was super fun. We spent 11 days there, as I said. I think we spent, what was it, maybe like 6 days in parks, and we went to Universal Studios for like 2 days. So most of the days that we were gone, we were just like traveling. So we left on December 2nd, and the whole trip just started out like in turmoil. Basically, I was explaining it that we were taking the auto train. The auto train allows you to take a car onto it, which is the reason why we were doing it, because we're like, it would be nice to have our car when we're on vacation. So we paid for the auto train, and at 10 p.m. the night before we were supposed to leave, they canceled it. Now, the good news about them canceling the train, not really good news, but like the upside to it is we got a refund for our tickets, and we just drove instead, which none of us wanted to drive. I mean, none of us wanted to be in a car that long. A train's just more fun. The train was overnight as well, so we wouldn't actually have to like, it would be a lot simpler. It really wouldn't have been that bad, because it would allow us to sleep on the train, and most of our time traveling would actually be while we were asleep, which turns out I was like completely unable to sleep while on the train, because we did take the train back. But yeah, they canceled it, so we drove down there. And so we left on the 2nd. We actually stopped in Savannah. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm coughing so much. Savannah, Georgia. And spent the night there. And Savannah was pretty fun. It's a cool city. It was a little bit weird. I don't know. It just, I'm not a big city person, and this was like, I don't know, it's an old city. I don't know, my parents loved it. They're like, it's so nice. I'm like, I would never want to live here. They're like, that's not what we're saying. We just like to come visit here. I'm like, I don't even care to come visit here. It's a little whack. I am just gonna go for angel deals since I've kind of messed up my charges for everything. I can't really do anything here. I could buy something from here If I had flip, it would be a lot better because I could have gotten a damage up. But I think, I don't know, I felt like getting lost contact was pretty good. I might just be making all the mistakes. And sadly, we cannot go into our item room. Now, you might be like, we had one key at the beginning of this floor, so you might be like, why didn't you just go into the item room since you had flip? That probably was the better idea here. Usually, if you don't have flip, your best bet is to go into the shop because the shop can have keys. The shop can have a lot of stuff, and I had 10 cents, so like it was, in my opinion, a good idea. I might need to pause this and go get some water in a second. Sometimes it's just like, I'm fine with like talking for a long time. Sometimes I just get into these things where I feel like I have like dust in my throat. But yeah, so I probably should have gone to the item room because we get more value out of item rooms. Yeah, I'm gonna go get water real quick. Okay, I'm back and I should be better than ever. It's like, I don't know what it is. Sometimes I just get into like, I just have to cough. It's just always like, it just feels like there's something like some dust in my throat, and that's why I always feel like I gotta cough. But anyways, yeah, we stopped in Savannah. Savannah was nice. We had like a good dinner down there. It was really weird. We went to this like bar and grill area that was supposed to have like really good po' boys and just like seafood in general. And when we went there, we decided to sit outside, but for some reason they had these like huge heaters, like pumping, like absolutely like burning hot heat. When our server would come out, she could only stand there for so long because since she was standing up, her head was only like probably like a foot away from it, and she's like, it would like burn the top of her head. And so we were sitting there, and at first I was just way too hot because I mean it was only like 60 degrees out at the time, which like some people might be like 60 is warm. 60 is not warm enough, or not. I mean, some people might say it's cold. 60 is not cold enough to require a heater. Now, once it got a little bit later in the night and the breeze started picking up, like once we were there for like 30 minutes, it did get a little cold, so I was kind of thankful that we had it. But at first I was like, geez, this is awful. Weird. Why did that not change? Weird. Is that always how it works? Does the second item not change? That might be how it works. I don't remember. I need money. I was like, what am I trying to look for? I don't want to get really more charges right now. I just really want more moolah. That way I can try to re-roll. But then, yeah, then on the 3rd, we actually got to Disney. Now, we didn't go to the parks on the 3rd because we got to Disney at like, I don't remember. We got there kind of late. We got there at like 4 p.m. We had gone and stopped to like see some friends that actually lived like in Georgia, or like not Georgia, in the Panhandle. I don't know where anything of these places are. Somewhere in Florida, on the way down to Disney. We stopped and saw some friends we haven't seen in like 12 years. So my parents were chatting them up, and it was good. Also, I'm just taking this. I cannot. Why is this game so garbage? I could have re-rolled that. I realize that now. I'm a little dumb for that. That's fine. I really should have just re-rolled. I don't know what I'm doing. And why am I not taking the trinket? Yeah, once we got to Disney, we just kind of hung out that day. We went around, like saw like what was at the actual resort that we were staying at. We were staying at the Shades of Green Resort because it's like this. It's one of the cheapest resorts there because it's for military members. And so since my dad is a military veteran, we were able to stay there for the whole time. We've stayed there before. We usually have stayed there in the past when we would go to Disney World back when I was younger. But it was fine. The first day we kind of just like were hanging around, not doing too much. Since we got there at like 4, there wasn't a lot to do. We went to like get groceries real quick since we had our car, and we just kind of like piddled around just until we could go to sleep that night. And we were all really tired for some reason. Like we were exhausted. So we went to sleep, and then the next day we went to Magic Kingdom as our first park because everybody loves Magic Kingdom. Like Magic Kingdom is legit. And what the heck is this room? Like one of these is just bad. So like if I were to do anything, I would want to pick up Eternity 6. I want to get Flip. I don't think I'll be able to get Flip. What floor am I on? Dross 2. I'm definitely not getting it. I can get Flip. I forgot that I actually have the ability to go into the mirror realm. Yeah, our very first day was just, we kind of just went around and rode all like what we considered our favorite rides at Magic Kingdom. And if you guys have never been to Disney, like the big rides at Magic Kingdom are like Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean, Space Mountain's probably the biggest, like it's the biggest like roller coaster there. Then there's like Thunder Mountain, and just like it's a bunch of like smaller, like almost like not gonna say kid rides, but gets closer into the territory of kid rides. There's like not as like like crazy. There's no loop de loops. They're not super fast. Kind of just kind of chill rides. So by the time we got to the point where we could switch parks, we had already done every single ride we wanted. So we had a good time, but we just went to Epcot, which Epcot is our favorite park because it has alcohol. So we were able just to go like hang around, walk around the different countries in Epcot, drink a little bit, and just have a generally good time. So the very first day was fun. It was all just a really fun time. I mean, if you've never been to Disney World, try to go sometime. I know some people aren't able to. Some people don't have the luxury to be able to go. But yeah, we just had a really great time. One of the funniest moments when we were there was there's this new ride called the Rise of the Resistance or Rise of the Sith, something like that. I'm so bad with names, I'm gonna be honest. But basically, the way the ride goes is, this might be spoilers for anybody who wants to go on the ride in the future and doesn't know what it's like. But when you wait in line, and once you get into the actual attraction, they like lead you outside after like watching some sort of video where you have to go like attack like the Resistance, or the Resistance has to go attack the Sith or something dumb like the Empire. You have to attack the Empire, and then you go onto this like transport cruiser. And so like it's a spaceship that inside has a bunch of screens, and so you fly up into space, you go and like try to fight the Empire, and you actually get sucked into a Death Star, into its tractor beam. And so once you get sucked into the tractor beam, this cast member from Disney walks in, and he's like, "You guys are now going to be interrogated." So they take you to a room. Like you wait in like this Death Star styled room, and then they start putting you into like these like interrogation rooms, which are these like weird like cone shaped chamber kind of things. And in there, they kind of just have you sit there for a second. So like there's like a screen that shows like Kylo Ren walking across the screen, and the red-haired guy from the movies walking across the screen, and they're like talking about how you're gonna get interrogated soon, and how like they're gonna do something, they're real bad guys and all that. That's the general story. As you're in there, you all of a sudden like hear like a noise, and there starts to be like a lightsaber like cutting whole animation on the wall, and it opens up, and like a rebel comes in. They're like, "Hurry, we gotta go." But the worst part about that was that when we got pulled into there, we think the cast member knew what he was doing, but we got pulled into there with somebody who was on a scooter, and they had the scooter park right in front of the wall, right where the people were opening the door, where the laser beam cutout was happening. And so the girl came in, she's like, hurry, we gotta go, you gotta go, so if you want to be saved. And then the guy was just sitting there like, and so he starts backing up with his chair and is like, beep, beep. It's funny. It's funnier in the moment. It was a good time. But yeah, it was just a lot of good food, a lot of alcohol, because you know your boy drinks a little bit. No, I'm not actually super big into drinking. I drink with my family. I don't drink a lot. I'd have like a drink and then wait like until many hours later. It was just a long, fun vacation. Can't really say. I mean, there's a lot to say about it. There's not really like anything else too crazy that happened. There's this, like while we were there, there's this weird event happening called Dapper Day. We were all really confused. We just walked into Hollywood Studios, and there's just an absolute banch, one might say, of people wearing like just really like old like classic 80s styled outfits. We were really confused. We looked it up, and there's this company called Dapper Day that sells this like 80s styles outfits, and it was just the whole entire park was like full of these people, and it was just really weird. It was like super packed. We were just confused what was happening. Then the next day they're at a different park, and it just felt like we were getting overrun by these people stuck in time. It was really weird seeing them and then seeing people dressed up as like Star Wars characters next to each other, and this is ruining my immersion. Yeah, since I had been there last time, I think the last time I went there was my freshman year of high school, so like 8 years ago. Actually, that's a lie. The last time I went there was with my high school band, my sophomore year of high school. It's like 6 years ago. 6 or 7 years ago. But Also, wait a sec. Do I have a reroll? I do not have a reroll, right? I do not. Yeah, I do not. Let me go grab that rune. But yeah. So it's been a while. So they actually had added a bunch of new rides. And so I think the best of those, this one that's really new, it requires you to get like a virtual queue. So we had to wake up at like 7 to like reserve a spot. And it sold out within like 5 minutes or something dumb like that. But it's called Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. And it's like the craziest roller coaster like you'll be on. It's like a cross between Rock and Roller Coaster and nothing else. It's insane. While you're like going, like the carts will actually spin like on the track, and so you'll be like going sideways. So like each individual car will like turn to the side, and so like you get like all this like these different like ranges of motion because they're turning you. It was a really cool ride. So we rode that as many times as we could. You can only ride it once a day. Get into the virtual queue once a day, and you had to have a reservation at Epcot. So there's only like 3 days we were able to actually do that. But it was great. It was such a cool ride. The whole like concept of that one is that like this guy, it's one like, if you guys have seen Eternals, the big like god from Eternals that has like the big like 3 eyes who like comes and tries to kill the entire universe. It's one of those guys. So I don't exactly know why he's with the Guardians of the Galaxy, but he tries to steal this like cosmic generator that allows you to put like rifts to like wormholes to jump through like the cosmos and get across like millions of light years in like an instant. He basically steals that, and for some reason he's able to use that to like control what part of time the world's going into. It was kind of confusing, the whole story that was going on, but you're just riding around and you're trying to defeat him. So it was super cool. Other than that, the new rides they added were the Star Wars ride I was talking about, which there's one called Smuggler's Run that I hadn't seen it, like I'd never heard of before. It was awful. So if you guys have ever been to like Disney, there's a few rides that are like games. So there's like Buzz Lightyear, like I forget what it's called, and then Toy Story Mania. Those ones, like you get points and like it's a super fun time. It's like arcade games. The Smuggler's Run one is we had no clue what we were going into, but basically we got through the line and they're like, okay, you guys have 4 people. You're gonna have 2 pilots and 2 gunners. And the girl said to my brother and I, who were the 2 gunners, she's like, you get more points if you shoot in manual. And we're like, what does that mean? And we didn't get an answer. And she's like, or you can shoot automatic. So once we got in there, on the wall, there's just a single button that we could press. And so we're like, there's no option to shoot in manual. There's no way that you can aim or anything. It's literally just hitting a button as this like game's going on. So the whole idea is that you're like a bounty hunter trying to like, you take the Millennium Falcon and you're trying to go like steal like these like fuel generators or something dumb like that. Not dumb. It was sick. And so my parents are both the pilots, and so they have it so the left pilot controls side to side and the right pilot controls up and down. And my mom didn't realize that she was actually the one controlling it, and so she was just like randomly like honking off on the controller, on like the joystick, and my dad was actually trying to fly. And so we were like hitting everything, and my brother and I didn't know like what was happening with us shooting, so we were just holding down on the wall the entire time just shooting, or we were tapping it really fast, and we just never knew what to shoot. Then it's like, use harpoons, we'd hit some random button, and it was a mess. Then in the end, oh my gosh, well, C-section time. In the end, I ended up having like 20% accuracy. My brother had like 10% accuracy. We ended up crashing so many times that we actually almost got like negative credits like in the end, and we didn't even realize it was a game for the longest time, and it was awful. It was fun, but it's like, it's cool, but it's not like super good. You had to wait too long. Oh, but the best ride. This is like tied for the best ride. This new ride called Flight of Passage is based off of the world of Avatar. Not The Last Airbender, but the blue people. And it was an absolutely insane ride. So it's pretty much new Soarin', which if you guys don't know what Soarin' is a ride where you take like a hang glider. It used to be through California, but now it's across the world. So you like fly over mountains, fly over like glaciers, fly through like India and like Paris. You go all over the world, and it's a really cool ride where like they blow scents in you as you go past stuff. So like you go into like this elephant herd and you can smell like the grass. Super cool ride, and it's always been like one of my parents and I like my family's favorites. But Flight of Passage is like an upgrade of that. Whenever you go into it, they sit you down on these seats that you have to like lean forwards on, and like it's pretty much like a motorcycle seat. So like you're kind of like bent at the knees, holding onto these like handlebars, and as you're going, the actual seat is, because you're riding on a Banshee. That's what Flight of Passage is. If you guys have ever seen the Avatar movies, you fly on a Banshee, and so you like link into like an avatar, and you're on this Banshee. But like the seat pulses as if like you can like feel the Banshee breathing. It tilts around and like blows air in your face as if like you're actually riding, and it feels pretty crazy. It's absolutely insane. And the same thing as Soarin', it blows like different scented air in your face, and anytime there's like a big like wave that you go under, like any water, it like splashes you with water. And like it's other rides at Disney, when they splash you with water, it usually just puts like a bunch of like huge drops on you. But in this one, it's like a fine mist, and like they changed like how much water and like what kind of water is being sprayed at you at all times. Absolutely insane. Like it's like a crazy ride. Super cool. You have 3D goggles, so like it's even like more immersive than Soarin', which isn't 3D. And it's just like one of the craziest rides ever. Also, I don't know why I didn't go take all those pills in that one room. I'm gonna go back and do that. I've not been paying attention that much. I've been trying to tell a story and also failing at telling stories. And then one other ride that they added was also in the Avatar world, which was like the something river cruise. So where you like go ride through like a boat through like the Avatar world. And it was cool. It was really cool. And it has like one of the most expensive animatronics that Disney has ever made. I think it's the most expensive. That cost them like 2 point something million, billion, some crazy amount of money, some absolutely ridiculous amount of money. And it was an hour-long wait for like a 2-minute ride that was just really just mediocre. The animatronic was really cool. My parents were like, it's not even like that crazy. I'm like, no, it is crazy. It's awesome. So I thought it was pretty hype. But my parents were just like, nah, I could take it or leave it. I was like, you know what, that's fair. To each their own. But it was pretty cool. All the rides are cool. Disney's fun, but we spent too many days there. Because I think we were there for 6 days. We went to 3 parks. Yeah, we did 3 parks for the first 3 days. We went to Universal with on the 3rd day, my aunt who lives in like Florida came and like visited us, and she went to Epcot with us on the 3rd day, then went to Universal with us on our 4th day. The 5th day we went to a very merry Christmas party, so you went in at like 4 and were able to stay there till midnight for like, it was a limited crowd, limited number sales ticketing thing, so there wasn't as many people as per usual in the parks. They limited it to like probably like 15,000 people, and there's usually like 30,000 people in the parks. So you were able to get on rides a lot easier. They had like treats around the park. Then on the 6th day, we went to Universal again, which Universal is one of those places you really only need to go once. Like, it's not a big enough park, and honestly, a lot of the rides are just kind of mid. The very fun ones just take so long to wait through, and like, you can ride the ones you really like to ride like 3 times, and all the other ones as well in a single day, and it's not... Universal is just not my favorite. It has better roller coasters, but like, there's only 2 parks, and only one of the park actually has roller coasters. The other one just has like 3D movie rides, which are fun, but you ride those once and you don't ride them again. Like, you don't, the movie rides don't really have replayability. But it was good. We had a fun time. The 2nd day, we kind of just went there. We actually went there for like 3 hours. We stood in a line for, I think it was like 2 hours to ride the new like Hagrid, or not the new, but the Hagrid motor car ride, which is super fun. It's super cool because you get to like sit on like a motorcycle and ride it, and it feels cool. So I'm just going to do this. You know, that's fine. Damage up is always nice. My damage is really bad. But yeah, Universal was kind of just okay. And then we had, I think we had 3 more days. I cannot remember. So 4th, 5th, 6th were Disney. 7th was Universal. 8th was Disney. 9th was Universal. 10th was Disney. 11th was Disney. And we left on the 12th. So yeah, we only had 2 days after our last Universal day. So we were there forever. By the last day, when we went to our last day in the parks, we just didn't even like ride rides. We were just like, we went and like rode the rides we wanted to go to, and which was like a single ride. We had gotten a virtual queue for the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. Then after that, we're like, we don't care what we do. So we just ate lunch, We like just sat around. We just spent the entire day just goofing around, doing nothing. We went to Magic Kingdom to get some orange Dole Whip because we were told that was really good and we had not gotten it before, so we just went back there for a second. We just kind of like were just occupying our time with whatever we possibly could. But like by that day we were just like we're ready to be done. We're ready to get out of here. So it was just very laid back, very chilled at the very end of the vacation. It was good. And we were pretty fine with like not like really like going crazy with our tickets. Like we did pay for our tickets for all those days, but with like the military discount, it's like so it's cheap enough to where like we weren't really too concerned about getting like every single cent out of it. Also, do the C-section babies just nullify the fire since they have lost contact on them from the flies? I'm so confused. Yeah, sorry this story has been pretty awful and all over the place. My brain's been so jumbled today. I don't know what it is. I've just been like cognitively not there. I was like watching the newest episode of My Hero Academia with my friend Damien, and afterwards we were trying to like discuss it, or not discuss it. That sounds so weird. We were just talking about it, and I just like couldn't pay attention. He's like, "You good?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm tired." He's like, "You trying to leave?" I'm like, "I'm about to go to the store, dude." He's like, "Okay, see ya." It was rough. But yeah, but now that I'm back in work. Just been big chilling. I worked 2 days this week, and luckily I don't have to work this Sunday, so I'm just also big chilling Sunday. It's just good times all around. I love the holiday season just because, I don't know, it feels so relaxed. I mean, even though I'm still like doing the exact same schedule every day, it still feels like I'm getting a break. I don't know. It's weird. What am I looking at? Okay, so there's Stairway on the left, which I think I want. Yeah, I think just in general, I want Stairway more than anything else. I would like to get Conjoined, but I don't think Conjoined really matters. And this can get me Conjoined as well. Also, did they change? I think they must have... Did they change something with... I think they must have changed something with Flip. I don't know why. I keep seeing the same things under items. Like, we saw the same item. I think we saw both Guardian Angel under 2 of them. Or Swarm Protector under 2 of them. Maybe one was Guardian Angel, one was Swarm Protector. I don't even know. Let's take you. Take you. Yeah, I know I'm probably going to be pretty rusty today. Once again wants to apologize. Guys, I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. It's been, what, 2 weeks? Or it's been like a week or so since I posted, which is a long time. Ooh, I need to remember to have charges at the end of the floor. Now, that's unfortunate because I can't get a charge to get Revelation. I don't even care about Revelation that much, I'll be honest. What I do care about is getting this, though. So, yeah, sorry. I keep on looking over just to make sure that, like, my audio level's, like, looking good and, like, everything's, like, going fine with my recording. Because I've just been changing so many settings that, it could just be going downhill at any moment. I just won't be looking. Yeah, I'm just going to skip over this. I need to have charges by the end of the floor. Now, the issue with having a flip run is that you want to flip in Angel Deals, and you also want to flip in, like, Stairways. Or the issue with, like, flip whenever you have Stairway is that you want to flip in both those, and usually you use flip at the very end of the floor for an Angel Deal, and at the very beginning of floor, so you can only usually do one of them. So you get into a little bit of a pickle. But hopefully everything works out. Maybe we can get the battery in the shop or something. We do have Steam Sale. I was about to say, did I not pick it up? So Steam Sale does make everything really cheap, so I don't need a lot of money this run, luckily, for Stairway, which makes everything good. Good. Now I have flip. Okay. Yeah. It's just been a time. I don't know. Whenever I got back, I was actually feeling pretty gross for a couple days. Where, like, every day, like, I've been waking up, I just feel kind of gross in the morning. But once I, like, wake up and, like, drink some water and all of that, like, I feel better. I feel fine. I feel, like, kind of lethargic. But I'm not, like, sick. That's the weird part. Just coffee every once in a while. So, it's been a time. I just don't know. I don't know. I have so, like, there's so much that happened, like, on the Disney trip that I could talk about. I don't know why, but I'm just finding myself at a blank. It's always this, like, weird thing where whenever I start recording an Eden Streak, and I've, like, done, like, whenever I was with Keelvin and I got back, there's so many stories to tell, but I feel like I can only tell them for one of the Eden Streaks. Mainly because I forget what I've said and what I haven't said. But then I just end up like not saying like most of the stories that happened and never really explaining them. Sometimes people ask about them and I talk about it. But it's whack. I don't know. I just don't know what to say ever. I'm just tired. I do plan on, once I have another vacation planned for the end of January, and once that happens, I do plan on like trying to like throw myself into a better schedule of YouTube videos and just life schedules. Trying to stay on top of everything. What's up? Oh. Somebody opened the door and I was very confused. I'm so hot right now as well. I put on like sweatpants and a sweatshirt to like go out to Target because it's cold outside because it is winter. Whenever I got back, I was like, you know, I'll be fine. I'll be a good temperature. I've just gotten hotter and hotter as I've sat here because we have the heat on. Like it's pretty warm in my house. I don't need to be wearing a sweatshirt and sweatpants. It's a struggle. Oh, look at this. This is like pretty useless, but I'll take it. Spider Bat's actually gonna be pretty decent. I'm trying to think of like anything else that really happened. There was just so much like ridiculousness. Like it was super fun, but like it's crazy like how like angry people are. And one thing that I noticed is like just in general, old people get angry. Old people are just hateful. It was kind of weird. Like in my mind, I would never go to like, I don't know. I would only want to go to Disney like with my children, with my family. I don't know. There's just a lot of like weird, just like crowd, like weird groups of like old people. I think it was like people who are part of like the Disney Vacation Club who have like a lot of money and just can go to the park whenever they want. But all of them were like always like kind of just weird and hateful. People were just like walking slowly all the time and people were just being weird. But there's just one, whenever we were at the Very Merry Christmas Party, there was, let me take this. There was this shake that you could get at this one like ice cream place. That was like it was like a sugar plum something shake, a spiced sugar plum shake is what it was. And so it had like it was spiced sugar plum flavored with like cherry syrup on top and all that. It was kind of gross in the end. I'm gonna be honest. It was kind of bad. But I was like, I said to my mom was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go get that." I'm like, "Oh, I want one too." And so by the end of the night, we had not gotten one. So I was like, "Hey, we should go get one." They're like, "Okay." So we went to the place, and in front of us was this group of older people. No disrespect to older people, but they were like, "Okay, we want to get like a sugar plum shake and like 2 sundaes and all of that." Cool, awesome. Then we go up to the line. I'm like, "Okay, we want a sugar plum shake, and that's it." So we pay. Then this old lady, and I think it was probably her granddaughter, maybe it was her daughter, was like, "I would like a sugar plum shake, and I would like a sundae." So 3 of us had effectively ordered that. Also, did I not go to the item room this floor? I did. But I don't have a charge. I can get the charge easily because I can fight the angel. This is not a big deal. This is fine. Okay. Sorry, I had to think through that for a second. So all 3 of us ordered the exact same thing, which was fine. So when we're sitting there, the very first order comes out, and it's a sugar plum shake. And she calls out the name of the older gentleman that ordered in the very beginning. And the lady who ordered after me went up and took it. She was like, "Okay, that's mine." And she just started like drinking it, which not a huge issue. We all ordered the same thing, but that was his. So when the second one came out, he walked up there and took it. And so he took it. I turned my back. I went on my phone. And when I looked back up, I saw that there was just like a shake sitting there and some ice cream sitting there. I'm like, okay, that means that guy took his, and now it's my turn to go take mine because he took it, she took it. We were the only 3 people who ordered those shakes. So now I took, that's mine. So I walk up, I grab it, I grab a straw, and as I'm walking away, he's like, sir? And I turn around and he just goes, and I'm like, what the heck? And he's like, "That's mine." And I'm like, what's your problem? I'm like, why is this? Because he literally, like, I watched him pick it up, and I was like, okay, he picked it up. So I looked back down. It was 30 seconds later. There's just another one sitting there. He had, like, picked it up, put it back down, set it on exactly where it was, and left. And so he just gave me this attitude. He's like, "That's mine." And this is the thing, is it actually was mine. When she called the name, she called my name, and he took it. Because the lady had took his. And so it was all this order of, like, everybody was wrong. And I was the only one who was paying attention, and I was the only one who was right. And so I got really, like, it actually annoyed me. I'm just like, I was just like, I was just annoyed. So I went back, set it down, and I'm like, I'm usually somebody who gets pretty embarrassed about like public interaction like that. That actually just made me mad because he was just so like, he was so hateful. I have this big thing where I just have like a distaste towards entitled old people who are just like, there's always like this group of like, I mean, when I'm talking about entitled old people, I'm like 70-year-olds who are like, you young people have to like cater to me. That's like how a bunch of like these old people who were at Disney were, who just were like very hateful towards like the younger generation. Whenever people are like that, I'm like, that's whack. We're the ones who have to deal with your problems. Also, I don't know why you're being so hateful. It was just a whole time. I don't know. I just get annoyed when people are just like unjustly like rude. Cause I'm a pretty nice person, I would say. And I never like, the thing is, whenever like he said that, I didn't like talk back to him like, oh, my bad. I'm like, here you go. But like, it's just to start an interaction by just being like, excuse me, just being like hateful. It's not like I was trying to steal it. It was a kitchen full of people making pretty much 2 items: an ice cream cone, a cup of ice, or 3 items: an ice cream cone, a cup of ice cream, or the shake. If he waited like 30 more seconds, he would have gotten another shake. I was like, I don't know why you're so hateful. And like, he could have been like, oh, excuse me, that's mine. He was like, he just said it in such a hateful way. And it just like, it drives me crazy. And it's like the same group of people who are always just so hateful. The same thing happened. We were at, not the same thing. Similar thing happened. Not really similar, I guess. But we went to this place called Cellier, which is like this pretty nice like steakhouse inside of Disney. Now, the only reason my family and I went there was because they have poutine. Really, really good poutine, which is just French fries, cheese curds, and gravy. And so we went there for that, and we didn't even order like any steak because the steak was stupidly expensive. It's like, I think the cheapest steak is like $55, which is not super, super like stupidly expensive or anything for a steak, but like you can get cheaper steak out there. Also, I gotta sneeze. Maybe I don't. If it happens, it happens. We'll wait for it. But we just ordered our stuff. Our waitress was super, super nice. She was like she like just had all the recommendations, was being super, super sweet, and just was being awesome. But then this family sits down next to us, and I don't know. They were just. I'm not fat shaming or anything, but they were a full family full of like more heavy set people. Now, there's nothing wrong with people being heavy set, but this just paints a little bit of a picture. Not exactly. It has nothing to do with the story. I'm gonna be honest. I just added that. But this is heavyset white family who just walks in there, and as soon as they get in there, they're kind of being loud, and they're talking like, they're like, oh, well, we're trying to get the Guardians of the Galaxy, like, we're trying to get our virtual like reservation for that. We're trying to like get in there so we can go ride it, and all that. And they're saying this to the waitress, and the waitress is like, oh, is it gonna be your first time? And they're like, no. Like, they're like, it's not gonna be our first time. And they're like, don't. The waitress was confused why they're so pressed to get like a reservation. But then like after they were doing that and like making a whole like fuss about that, it wasn't even related to the restaurant. They were just like talking about it pretty loudly and talking to it with the waitress. They order their food and they order super, super weirdly. So there was 2 things that the waitress kept, or that she recommended to like everybody, which was this like aged cheddar cheese soup and the Brussels sprouts. So this family, they sorry, they ordered all their steaks and like, here are the appetizers we want to get. And so she's like, I want to get the Brussels sprouts, but I want that as an appetizer. And she's like, I want the cheddar cheese soup, and I want that as like part of the entree. But the way she said it was like, it was in such a way that she was like, okay, I want like the appetizers as entrees, but I want the one appetizer not as an entree. She said it super confusing. And so what they ended up doing was just bringing out the Brussels sprouts that she wanted as an appetizer with the steaks as well as the soup. So they all came out at the same time. And she just like threw a fit. She was like, oh, I didn't expect this. I expected this to come out later. I expected the Brussels sprouts to come out first. And like, it really like just put her off. It was crazy. She was just like, she's like, I don't even know what to do. So the waitress like, it wasn't even the waitress who brought the food over. It was like the serving staff who brought the food over, and they were like just looking around, and like they started carrying the steaks away. But then the waitress came back, and she like was like, wait, no, go give them their steaks. And so she just like set the steaks down next to me. She was like, sorry, but like I got confused because you ordered one appetizer with your meal and one appetizer not with your meal, and you ordered 3 meals. It's like there's only 3 of you. She was like, sorry, this is just how it is. And the lady was just like, oh. And so I don't know why she was trying to order it separately or anything like that. She might not have wanted her like Brussels sprouts or a steak to get cold out. She was eating her Brussels sprouts. What ended up happening is she ate like 1 bite of Brussels sprouts and then left for 30 minutes to go try to get her reservation for Guardians. Like, no matter what she did, no matter how it came out, she would have eaten them at the same time. It was just a stupid thing. And it's just people like being like entitled and like just like rude for no reason. Like, all your food came out. It's fine. Just eat your food. It's good food. It's not going to be on your plate for more than like 15 seconds because it's so good. It's fine. You don't need to worry about it. But there's just a lot of that. It's people who go to these public places just expecting more than what they should. And the poor Disney staff, like, they're trying to do their best. They have thousands and thousands of people that they have to cater to, and these people come in who are like, listen, I expect better than this. Like, why? Be nice. I don't know why I'm going on this rant. It was just a crazy time. The main thing that just bothered, like, the whole like the milkshake incident, I was like, I'm like, if you really understood the situation, you'd realize that that's my shake in your hand. I'm like, it makes me mad. The main thing that made me mad about that was he was like getting mad. He got mad at me for taking that shake, which was mine. But like, he didn't even like recognize the fact that his shake, when they called his name, was taken by somebody else. I was like, well, you silly wacky guy. Oh, you guy. But yeah. Then, okay, another super weird story. I'm just going on about old people. I just want to talk about old people today. So some of my neighbors are these like senile old people. And when I say senile, I mean like they're senile. One of them is also clinically insane, which doesn't help any of this. But I go out to go to work, it was like 2 days ago. And as I'm going out to work, I park my car along the side of my house, like not out. So if this is where the front door is, right here, right? This is the side of my house. I park on the side of my house. And so I go out the front door and I like walk through our grass to go to my car every day. So as I'm walking through the grass to go to my car, all of a sudden our neighbor pops up walking their dog. Now there's this big issue where this neighbor just lets their dog like poop in people's yards. And so there's everywhere in my neighborhood, people have put up like no dog poop signs because it's gotten so bad where people are like, we have to put these up or else he's going to like let this dog poop in our yard. And so it's either him or his wife who like let them go out. The wife is the one who's like clinically insane, and he's also just he's creepy. He's weird. But I walk out as he's walking the dog, and like as soon as I walk out, as soon as he locks eyes with me, he's just like, your chemicals are killing millions of worms a day. I'm like, what the heck? I just say, what? And he says, the chemicals you're putting in your yards are killing millions of worms every day. And he's like, and look, it doesn't even look like the chemicals in your yards. It doesn't even look like the chemicals are dealing with the weeds. And I was like, what the heck? Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, the weirdest part is he knows my parents. He knows that I'm not the one who puts the chemicals in our yard if we did put chemicals. So I was like, I don't know what's happening. And so then later that day, as I come home, I tell my parents about that. And they're like, we don't even put chemicals in our yard. I'm like, what? How does he even come with this idea? Because we don't even have people who come to like put chemicals in our yard. It's not even like we had a truck outside that was like a chemical yard people. We don't. So this guy just said this, and I was just like, I don't know. I always have the worst interactions with them. I think I explained it like the other, like many runs ago, but one day we had some cleaners come over. So I was outside sitting in my car and it was like really cold outside. So I was sitting in my car with the heat on because it was cold. So I'm taking this and I think I'm just going to keep it the whole run. This is what we're doing now. So as I'm sitting in my car, I'm sitting there for like 20 minutes and the wife comes walking the dogs and knocks on my windows like really like obnoxiously. And she's like, oh, excuse me. Sorry. We have a no idling policy in this neighborhood. Now, this is the thing. It's like, she said that to me as if like I don't live there. I'm like, you see my car every day. I know you walk past it with like your dogs every single day. Wait, I don't know why like You're like saying it so rude. And so, I mean, you might be like, oh, you sound annoyed. What do you say back to her? I didn't say anything back to her. I'm like, oh, okay. I'd also only like slept for like 2 hours at that point. So I was just like half asleep in my car. So I just turned it off and then just like kept watching YouTube videos on my phone. Now, did I care to turn my car off? No. But the thing is, there's no such thing as an idling policy in our neighborhood. Now there's such thing as an idling law, like in the US, where commercial vehicles are not allowed to idle or something like that. The thing is, it's not a commercial vehicle. It's my vehicle, my car that I drive. So it's not even like it's a law that applies to me. And she just like makes stuff up. And so they like call the cops on people all the time. Like one of our neighbors, their daughter had like graduated college and was throwing like a little party where they're just playing music outside, not like super loudly or anything, but they're playing music outside and like had friends there, and they called the cops on them, and they're like they're being obnoxious and their music's too loud. So they had to like turn their music off and like just like, or turn it down really low. It was so like, they're just awful. Everybody wants them out of the neighborhood pretty much. It's not like you can like send people out of the neighborhood. We can't exile them, sadly. I wish we could. Yeah. It's just the weirdest interactions we have with these people. And it's just creepy. They'll just get into people's business for no reason. That's wild. Also, lost contact's insane with C-section. I don't know what this is. It's wild. Yeah, tonight I'm going to go see the new Avatar movie. I'm super excited. I'm going to go see it with my best friend that I've not seen in like 20,000 years, it feels like. I think the last time I saw him was this summer, so like not super long ago, but like long enough. He's my friend who went to West Point. He's cool. So we're going to go see that. Him, my brother, his girlfriend, and I. So I'm super excited to see what it's like. Because I've only heard really good things. My coworker posted on a story, he's like, he posted him seeing it, and so then I was like, hey, how was it? He's like, it was the best movie I've seen this year. I'm like, ooh, best movie you've seen this year? I'm like, dang, I'm excited. It's also a 3-hour-long movie, though, which, it'll be good. It'll be hype, but it's so long. Also, I'm just finding is I can't. If it's going to keep teleporting me around, I don't want it. So I'm glad it puts the Soul of Bethlehem, not Soul of Bethlehem, the Star of Bethlehem in this room and not the other boss room on this floor. Remember me, even when I say goodbye, and even if I'm far away. Coco's my favorite Disney movie ever. It's so good. The kid's voice is insane. Now, the kid has grown up. I saw a video of him singing that song, like, I don't know if it was like a year ago, on just some random YouTube channel. He still sounds good. Like, he's a really good singer. It's not the same. It's not the same Miguel that I know and love. But weirdly enough, there's like no Coco themed things really in Disney. Now, they did change it, so in the PhilharMagic, like 3D experience that you can go to at Disney, there's now a Coco section in that, which was hype. Super good, because the music's so insane. But it was just not enough Coco. I wish they had a whole Coco world. Like, who needs an Avatar world, even though it's insane? Super cool. Who needs a Star World area? Galaxy's Edge? Insanely cool. Who needs it? If you're really thinking about it. I might as well do this. And you might be asking, why in the world would you take Genesis if you're not going to use it? Now, here's the thing. I don't know. Sometimes I do things that I don't care. Also, at that point, there was not... If I didn't get Delirium, there was no more items that I could really flip. So it's not even like I needed to have flip. Now, I did kind of forget that we did flip every single time we got into a stairway room. But we don't need flip anymore. We're fine. We're A-okay. Now, if we're lucky, if we're really, really lucky, we should be able to, or we could be able to get the Star Bethlehem in the Delirium room, which would be super awesome. Now, is that going to happen? Most likely not. We're hoping. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else. I don't know. It's like every time I'm like, whenever you're trying to think of something like on the spot, like you're like, ooh, I want to think of a story or something. It's so hard. It has to come up organically. So over these next few days, if I remember any of the fun stuff that happened, I'll talk about it. I will. I've just been feeling just lethargic. I've been watching Death Note. You know, that's exciting stuff. I've been watching Death Note recently. Let me tell you, Death Note is pretty hype. Kind of a really good anime. Now, I don't know why I haven't seen it. I could have sworn that I watched a decent amount of it. I'd only watched the first episode ever. I also saw the live action movie. Now, me being kind of dumb. I was like, it's like the live action movie. I was like, it's pretty good. I liked it. It wasn't terrible. Some people hated it. I was like, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen. But in my mind, I thought that it like actually like followed the anime really like followed the anime kind of. But it doesn't like the live action just like stops so early. It like doesn't cover anything. I'm on episode like 20 right now. But I don't know, it was so, I don't know why, but I hadn't seen it forever. So now I'm watching it and it's like, it's so cool. The characters in the show are insanely awesome. There's Elle and Light. Elle's like the main detective. Light is the main character. He's the one with the death note. And it's such a good show. It's crazy. It's wacky. It's wild. I love it. But, man, I don't know why. I just have an issue watching new shows. And let's go. We got lucky. Now, we want to stay inside of Star of Bethlehem, just so we do more damage. Now, I also want to not take damage, because if I do, I lose my 2 times damage, which is not preferable. Oh, we do so much damage here. Get in, let's go. But yeah, I'm sorry that this video has been all over the place. I've been trying to record for days, just trying to get the audio set up, but it got to the point where I just got frustrated that like it takes so long. Like trying to set up all the audio for this, it's mainly, it wasn't like, it was kind of an issue with the mic where I couldn't get the mic to sound like I wanted. I don't even think the mic is how I want it to sound right now, but that was fine enough. But it was mainly like the audio levels were just all over the place, and so I had to like start from scratch with everything, get it all set up. But hey, now it's a little bit better. We have this video coming out. Everything's looking pretty decent. And that right there was win number 297 in a row as Eden. So if you guys did enjoy that video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. It really helps my channel, helps me grow. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, it's been Priets. Peace out. Bye.